Hindi ako makakaisip.
Hindi pa, paano po kayo napapayag na gawing pelikula yun? Okay.
There were attempts, marami ng attempts, even when I was in jail. Diba, I was in jail for 4.5 years. Nakakausap ko na yan sina Senator Bong Revilla, Senator Jinggoy. So, I was interviewed already by the good senator at that time. Kaya lang, everything is an attempt. So, everything was a wish. It became a wish lahat. It never came true. And then, in 2017, we got out of jail kasi we were granted bail. So, nakilala ko sina Don Remo, sina Mr. Res Cortez. So, this is the second attempt na. True enough, nakapagsulat sila ng script. I was interviewed many times. Even the mga writers nila, they came in. I went to the building 4 times. And even on the outside of the building, I think 3 times. And then we were planning na magsama kami for 1 month sa isang resort para to get more stories and para mapag-aralan na siguro nila yung mga demeanors and characters ko, because they were planning to hire professionals like Ian Veneracion, Aljur, and Paolo Avellino. Yan yung mga kino-consider nila. In fact, I think nakakausap na nila yung iba doon to come up with a movie na talaga na
feature narrative film.
Yeah, ganon. And they came up with a PowerPoint presentation right away. Meron talaga. Kaya lang, ang daming mga mga intervening events like Tevez case, for instance. I was brought Tevez to serve search warrants there. So it delays again. Weeks ang mga delays niya. So nawawala yung momentum. Siyempre, makapag-serve ka ng mga search warrants, you arrest people, confiscate firearms, dami nakuha doon. So sa kasi filing of case, daming requirements yan. Then you file a cases pala, Senate inquiries, so we have to attend. So tagal talaga yung it delays, nawala na naman yung momentum. So nung pumipick up na naman yung momentum, usap na naman kami Don Remo, kasi si Don Remo is from Batangas. I am from Quezon now. I played golf sa Malaraya at sa Lipa. So bilis lang meet kami. So we meet there. Hindi lang naman yung movie pero usapan namin. We talk business also. And then comes the Kibuloy again. Wala na naman yung momentum. So pinadala ko yung Kibuloy para makatulong sa pag-arrest ko sa kanya. I stayed there for July, August, maybe 2 months. 2 months na trabaho. So in short, nahuli si Kibuloy. I was expecting na they bring me home. Kasi wala naman na Sina General Torre naman, pumunta na sa CIDG. Yung ibang mga kasama ko na nag-operate, they were given positions already. Ako lang ang hindi nabigyan. We were brought, ganito dinala kami sa isang room. General Torre, yung mga ibang generals and all that. Sabi niya, ikaw, CIDG ka na, ganyan sa ikaw, ganyan. Pagdating sa akin, gano'n. Bakit ako? Wala ako. Hindi, you stay in the back. Kasi may election. So I stayed in Davao. So close to 1 year, stay ako sa Davao. Ngayon lang akong there's an attempt na bumalik sa wala pang order. So in Davao, ayaw sa akin ng mga tao doon. Maybe not all of them, maybe. I can say 98% ayaw talaga sa akin. I'm an intruder. Estranghero ako doon. At very clear naman yung yung reason bakit ako nandun. To get Kibuloy. So sila sa akin? Everything, they were adverse ang mga comments, antagonistic, anything that you can say. Makita mo naman sa bus by many. keep quiet, work deeply, silently, until a certain Edith Cadwaya came and asked me many questions of it. First confrontation, alam ko naman sinasayap niya ako eh. Sinasayap ko rin siya. Sabi ko, ito, alam mo yung word sa police, matalas to. Matalas ang observation nito. I was sent to Russia for 3 times. We've studied rolling eyeballs. Pag-aralan na namin ang body language doon. Ano pag-aralan mo sa KGB camp, kundi gano'n. Kaya ang mga Russians magaling sa ganyan eh. Well, except use of nerve gas and all that. So nakita ko naman si Miss Edith. Ito, may hindi magandang gagawin sa akin. So, nag-ano naman, kaya nga, konti-konti lang, hindi ako papa-interview para walang issues. And then, for some reasons na siya pala, before kanya i-approach din, she will come up with deep research, deep study on you. Not only on criminals, kasi she can also interpret broad shoulders and rolling eyeballs too, and body languages, mga ganyan. So alam niya na marami akong mahuhukay dito, sabi niya siguro. So instead na hukayin niya ako frontally, chinek muna niya ako sa kung ano available resources sa social media, sa internet. And dami niya nakuha sa YouTube, sa Google. Open naman yung pangalan ko doon. Check lang yung Google, dami, lalabas talaga, dami. I think she was puzzled kung sino talaga ako. Kasi exposed naman na siya sa maraming magagaling na tao eh. Exposed na din siya sa mga thinking people like Norman Suarez, like you can name it, marami. Kasi nga friend nga sila ni Maria Ressa eh. And being a writer of Rappler and Inquirer and the publisher of owner ng Newsline. So well exposed internationally and locally. Kaya ang dami niyang mga attendants sa exposure sa abroad. So siguro nakita niya. Pero yung mga kilala, they are not policemen and they were not policemen, hindi policeman. So ito police to bakit ganito ito? So ganyan, graduate of the University of Santo Tomas, I graduated philosophy, I have my master's degree, I have my PhD also. Sabi ko, kakaiba ito So hindi ko na masyadong maalala kung ano yung mga yung mga engagements namin. She proposed for a ang tawag nito, yung documentary only. It's a plain documentary lang. It's not a movie at all. At there was a time na she was invited sa Senate inquiry doon sa Kibuloy issue. I think that was the 5th time na ma-invite kami. She was invited. Salita siya doon. Galit pala siya kay Kibuloy. And then, for some reasons na gusto niyang mag-stay for a while sa Manila. And then sabi ko, gusto mo, punta kayo sa Quezon. Maganda yung Vil Escudero. You might as well take this opportunity. Makita niyo yung ganda ng Quezon province. I live there. Hindi siguro naalala niya, Ate Mona. Kasi nabasa naman na niya yung nabasa na naman niya yung mga materials about me and Quezon. So, suddenly, she became interested. of Quezon. Particularly sa Timonan. Hindi, we went there. Bagyo pa nga nun eh. Naalala ko, bagyo yun. Pumunta sila. At doon na nag-start lahat yung she was more into it. She became more aggressive now sa story about Quezon. Kasi sa Quezon, doon sa I was wounded. I got many wounds, but sa Quezon dami kong wounds na mga 3 gunshot wounds there. I have 52 metal scores in my body. 1 knee replacement, 4 spine operations, 1 impaired ear. I'm a PWD. So alam niya lahat yun. Alam niya lahat yung situation na yun. Physically, yun lang. Yun pa lang, nakikita. Alam niya na, there's more. There's more. Kasi nasugatan na ito eh. There should be more stories there. Kaya, she dug deeper again. Alam niya eh, alam niya. Sa tingin ko, alam na niya sa isip niya. But still an idea. But she wanted to put into a statement. Kasi idea, that's abstract yan eh. Idea pa eh. But putting it into a more concrete one, it's a statement. So she wanted to put those ideas of hers into a statement. Ito na yun. Yung nagsulat na talaga siya. Ang kulit niya. Yung kahit na unholy hour, last 3, alas 4, pag may naisip siya, di ba ganitong nangyari dyan, ano siya yung
inquisitive.
Yes, very inquisitive.
Resourceful.
Yung ano siya,
Abusisi.
she wanted to quench her thirst for information. Right away, the opera do, right away. Even unholy hour,
Directly.
right away.
Directly from you.
Yes, straight from the horse's mouth. Di ba ganito yan? Di ba, anong oras na ba sa'yo dyan? Parehas lang kami nasa Davao, pero kung minsan gusto ko sabihin sa kanya, anong oras ba sa'yo dyan? Kasi baka iba yung oras ko dito. Yeah, I know, but I want to, pasensya ka. Ganyan pala yung mga writers, no? Abnormal din paminsan-minsan. Kaya pasensya ka na, AB normal ako eh, ganun siya kagad. So, very thankful. Kasi, kung hindi siyang magsulat, siguro, baka, yung...
Magdalawang isip ka.
Hindi naman, but hindi niya, kasi hindi naman ako nagdalawang isipin na Don Remo eh. Pero yung the best of me, baka hindi mailabas yung ibang kasi many interviews, hindi mo mapipick up, hindi, sabi nga niya, siya naman nagsabi, hindi, kapag in-interview ka, it's so deep na, very simple but it's so deep that interviewing ka for the first time, second time, iba, may makukuha ka na naman, third time, fourth time, kahit tanongin niyo siya, maybe mga 20 times niya ako yun, it can be more. Kasi pag kami, nag-usap, iba na naman, may bago na naman, di ba lang, ang tindi ng memory niya eh. Hanggang nakukomplete niya yung whole picture. Marami siyang tinanong paano ako mag-operate, how I took care and I take care of my men. Doon siya gusto paano mo nakuha yung mga ganung information. It's a talent, di ba? You cannot learn that from the four corners of the classroom of the academy. Hindi ka rin yun. There must be a talent there. So, then nakita niya, bakit halos lahat ng problema ng gobyerno. Tebes case, for instance. Yung bank robbery sa Metro Manila, for instance. There was a time, there's too much bank robberies sa Metro Manila. Siguro naalala niyo yung Kuratong Baliling. Ang daming bank robberies. And then, for instance, RCBC Massacre sa Kabuyao. That was 2008. Naalala niyo yan?
taga Laguna po ako.
Saan po kayo sa Laguna?
Binyan. Alam po.
Malapit kayo doon, sa Kabuyang.
May friend po ako yung nanay niya kasama doon.
Patay doon.
Hindi naman po. Pero pinalugod sila sa...
Pero maraming patay.
Opo, marami pong inarmored.
Maraming pinatay doon. And these are the perpetrations of the Coratong Baleleng. Sila yung mga I have listed 21 bank robberies sa Metro Manila at that time. That's not my job. Actually, it's a job of every police officer, pero hindi yan pasok sa shop ko. Kasi ang dapat mag-solve yan mga CIDG, the intelligence group, or it can be the anti-kidnapping group, but not the highway patrol group. Kasi for carnapping lang kami. Pero ako yung may hawak ng alpha eh. Ako yung nakakuha ng informant, yung asset. So ipinasolve sa akin yan ni General Barrias and General Bersosa. So we did. It was a fierce fight. Daming patay doon. Outright 17 and then follow up 10 more. So close to 30 ang patay that very day.
Looking back, sir, sa journey ninyo, paano niyo po i-describe ang lahat ng pinaghirapan po ninyo hanggang ngayon? I mean, professionally, in your career, in the police department, paano po niyo naitawid yun ang napakaraming challenges?
It's a satisfaction. Lahat ng operation pag masolve mo, sa part of it, it's a satisfaction na nakasolve ko ito. Parang there's pride in you na you were able to offer a solution. Pero looking back, the word na looking back, sabi nga nung kaibigan ko, si Alan niya, parang pinapungsoy niya ako eh. Sabi niya, your friend will never be on a bed of roses. In other words, it is always a struggle sa akin. Kaya nakikita ko, it's always an uphill. Uphill lagi sa akin. Even in promotion, very uphill. Madali akong utusan sa mga operations. Kasi hindi ako, I don't say no. I'm a yes man. Alam kong there will be body counts there. Alam kong magkakaroon ng mga serious resistance, there will be firefight. I know that there will be firefight. Kahit pa lang makita ko yung report, I know that it's going to be bloody. Pero may choice ba ako na mag-say no, di ba? I can say no, bakit hindi? Magkakasakit ako. Pero will that satisfies me when I sleep at night? Pag ano kasi ako, pag matulog ako pag gabi, and the moment I sleep at night, re-recall ko lahat yan eh. Mare-recall ko lahat yan. Maybe it comes through breathing. My mother is a teacher, my father is a farmer. So it's a combination of both. Maganda pala yung ganon. Very patient. Ang farmer, very patient yan ha. And plus the wit of my mother. So pag matulog ako, inisip ko lahat yan. Stop na. Napagbigyan ko pala dyan mga humingi ng tulong sa akin. Of course, hindi lahat mapagbibigyan mo. Pero kung maraming importante sa mundo eh, di ba? Parang libro. There are many books in the world. You cannot read them all. Anong gagawin? You read the best. In life, in the police force, marami rin problema na kailangan solusyonan. Hindi mo masusolusyonan lahat. So you come and you enter by priority ngayon. Priority. Halimbawa, between a snatching and a rape case, which one should be the first? Of course, the rape case. Kasi, di ba, crime against property, ito. Crime against person, deprive of prison, strength is unavailing. Mga ganon. So, i-prioritize ko itong rape case na ito. Kaya ang kaso ko, first kill ko, rapist eh. Is a case na hindi ko mapapatawad talaga. Maraming parameters dyan sa revised penal code to follow. You don't do some shortcuttings and all that, but in my case, I have my own parameters sa rape cases.
Colonel, ano po ang saklaw ng documentary at saka para sa inyo, ano yung tanong na sinasagot ng documentary? Sino si Colonel Marantan ba? Ano yung nagawa niya? Ito ang katotohanan? Ano po ang... Unang-una, ano yung saklaw? Tapos ano po yung tanong na nasasagot?
Yung sinabi ko ninyo, lahat yun. Nandun lahat. And it's an embodiment of the policemen, the law enforcers ahead of me and about to be like me. And yung sa ngayon, kasi maraming stories na untold, gaya ng istorya ko. Hindi lang ako ang may ganyang istorya. Maraming policemen na nakapagsakripisyo. But in the end, it became in vain kasi hindi naman na protection na ng state property. Hindi, maybe the resources is not enough. Meager resources. Tapos the state naman hindi naman sinuklian yung sakripisyo nila. The salary is not enough para suklian mo ang isang law enforcer. Kasi pag inutusan mo ang law enforcer, susunod yan. Bakit hindi? Pero when shit happens, wala na yung state. In the ICC, ang alam ko, even in the human rights, alam ko, pag inimbestigahan mo ang isang situation, you don't investigate the person itself, di ba? You investigate yung grupo niya. Halimbawa, at that time, highway patrol ako, o CIDG ako. Imbestigahan mo yung CIDG, anong kulang? Tinanong mo ba yung mga law enforcers nung nag-operate sila kung may bullet vest sila? Or, kasi hahanapin mo lahat eh. Kasi di ba doon sa Timon, ang daming was it well lighted? Okay, nagbigay ka ba ng ilaw para well lighted siya? Requirements of the checkpoints are the following. Kailangan kung 3-layer checkpoints, 3 ang mobile cars. Sa Timonan, isa lang ang mobile car. Ngayon, pag abunuhin mo ako ng 2 pa, ako pa palang may mali, ang mali. Yun yung mga sinasabi ko, tanungin mo muna yung organisasyon kung equipped na sila doon sa hinahanap mo. Kasi baka naghahanap pa ng wala eh. Na dapat 8 sa harap na layer, it should be officer-led. Second layer, 8 rin. Third layer, 8 rin. Situation at that time, naka-break ang kalahati kasi January 6, Christmas break. So walang police talaga. But that does mean na kung wala ng police, hindi na kami mag-operate. Eh may sumbong na eh, hindi na kami mag-operate. Law is practical. Law is common sense. Nag-operate kami kahit kulang kami. Di ba dapat you have to praise us because even we lack resources, we still push through with the operation. Kasi we wanted to, January 6, I can remember that. That's, I think, 3 Kings yan eh. Yung iba, karamihan o halos lahat, puyat yan dahil nag-celebrate ng may hangover sa New Year. Kami, tulog. Kami, lahat sila tulog. Kami gising. Hindi kami nag-break. Kasi gusto namin i-hit yung target kasi it was election at that time. Di ba? it's a sacrifice already. We're supposed to be with our families also. Like you, di ba? Dapat nasa pamilya kayo eh. Eh dapat kami, nasa pamilya rin kami ah. Pero hindi kami nag-break. Hindi tinignan ng state. Yung mga ganon. Sinabi namin pero hindi nila pinapakinggan. No, it's a violation. Walang mobile car. Paano magkaroon ng mobile car na tatlo eh? Isang na lang yung mobile car ng Atimonan. Saan ako kukuha? Mga ganon.
Ano pang nararamdaman niyo sa acquittal at saka sana nasama siya sa documentary, no? Pwede ba yun?
Well, anong tawag doon? The producer, director can answer that.
Opo. Pero did you anticipate na lalabas yung resulta ngayon?
Yes, well, I can answer by percentage.
Oo.
90% yes. But this is the mortality of 10 na bakit hindi lalabas. Kasi 10 na yung West na humawak ng Atimonan case, nag-inhibit sila.
For how many years po?
Close to 13 years.
13. Oo.
Now, you ask
13.
me if I'm happy.
Ano po feeling
Ano
niyo?
After
feeling niyo?
13 years, my answer is yes. Happy ako na nag-exonerate ako, pero there's pain in it. It is yes, I'm happy, but there's pain in it. Why? Kasi the speedy trial it bagal. Ang tagal. Masyado. Di ba?
Justice delayed.
Justice delayed is
Justice denied.
Kaya ang daming nandun. The state, the Department of Justice exonerated the AFP, the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And then they filed multiple murder cases against the law enforcers, the PNP. Kami nga yan. Anong difference namin between the AFP and the PNP? The same that we shoot, and then the same that we were fired upon. Parehas lang naman kami yan. Pero bakit exonerated sila? Bakit kami hindi? Pinakain ba ninyo kami sa publiko? Police dahil police kami, and then sila, army sila? Anong diferensya namin? Now, exonerated kami. That means we were and we are correct doon sa mga reasoning namin. And they are wrong. And even if they were wrong up to now, nag-apologize ba sila? Ngayon, yung mga social media or media at the time, they mock on us, they painted as monsters and everything. Nasabi na nila lahat yun. Ibalik ko ngayon. Mag-apologize ka ba ngayon sa akin? Dahil nagkamali ka? The answer is no. Hindi mag-apologize yan. Media yan eh. Perfect siya eh. Even yung mga commanders namin noon na who pinakain nila kami sa mga monsters. Mag-apologize ba sila kanya? Sa amin? Walang there's no walang masyadong malasakit sa mga operatiba. Well, I can say that in the PNP. Hindi ako masyadong expert sa PNP. Ang masasabi ko lang, I'm close to 30 years in the service. You think I'm an expert? I've seen it all. Nakita ko na yung mga maneuvers dyan. I've seen the rigmaroles there. In the 5 pillars of criminal justice system, I think I've seen it all. The law enforcement side, the prosecution, the judiciary, the correction, and the state. Nakita ko na yan. Nakita ko. Maraming i-correct. Question, bakit ang isang akusado na convict nalagay sa kulungan for corrections? Ano, nagbago ba? Kung hindi nagbago yan, it defeats the purpose of the system. Hindi, nakulong. Paglabas,
ganun pa din.
mas grabe pa. nung nakulong yan, snatcher. Paglabas yan, back rubber na. Yan yung ano, these are the concerns na should be addressed. Bakit yung iba? Like for instance, Singapore, South Korea, Japan. I've been there also. Nakita ko rin naman yung ano nila eh. Nakita ko naman yung sistema nila eh. Bakit ganun? Hindi natin magawa dito. Mali yung system o mali yung magpapalakad ng system. So those are the things na gusto ko rin mabigyan ng konting intervention. And one of the many cases is the case of Colonel Hansel Maranta, not being portrayed in the likod ng Chiapa. And all of it, lahat ng mga sinasabi ko, nandun lahat sa likod ng Chiapa. Wala sa harap. Kaya yun na yung ano ni Miss Edith. Ikwento na natin yung nasa likod ng Chiapa. And all. Marami pa. Kada operations, iba-iba. Kaya nga, yung sinabi ko dun sa sa mga junior officers, ang moral lesson dito sa mga operations na ito, lalo na yung Timonan case na nakulong tayo. Kasi I have only little 1 year or more than 1 year left sa service. I'm about to retire. Kapag mag-operate kayo, wag lang kayong nakatingin doon sa firing line o sa front line. Kasi pag inutusan kami, nakatingin kami sa front line eh. Where the line of fire is, doon kami mag-concentrate eh. Dapat pala, concentrate ka rin sa likod. Tingnan mo rin yung nag-uutos. Baka nandun ka, nakipag-firefight ka, yung isa naka-double play na, nakatakbo na siya. Pagdating ng indulto, ay di ako kasama dyan ha, wala akong utos sa'yo.
Ilaglag ka.
Ilalaglag ka. Kaya pag tignan mo yung boss mo pala, yun, that's moral lesson. Tignan mo yung boss mo, baka hindi naman siya all in. Baka hindi siya naka-all in. Kaya, kung ganun lang din naman, you have a choice. Pwede mong ituloy. Pwede kang magpakabayan, yung gaya ko, at makulong ka, masugatan ka, you will put to jail. Okay lang kung makakalaya ka. Eh paano kung hindi ka nakalaya? Kasi sa kulungan, hindi lang ikaw ang nakakulong. Nakakulong ang pamilya mo dyan. 13 families were put under incarceration for close to 5 years. Families, I refer to the wives and children who went to school, bullied at that every day. Those were the pains sa likod ng Chiapa. Maraming stories dyan. At lahat yan, I'm the commander, I have to shoulder their problems. Not only financially, but morally, spiritually, in jail. Hindi lang legal fight. If you're in jail, there's a spiritual battle, there's a financial battle, emotional, mental, lahat ng battles. Nandiyan lahat. And you have to be tough as a leader. Like, well, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Sabi nga, di ba?
Walang sukuan, hindi pa kayo sumuko.
Hindi tayo dapat pwedeng sumuko. Walang panahon para sumuko. Kasi in the Nietzsche's philosophy, as long as it will not kill you,
It will make you stronger.
4.5 years. Sagutin mo lahat yung kailangan ng 13 families. Magkakasakit yan. Hindi naman yan 5 years healthy yan. Kakasakit, walang pang tuition, infightings at home, dudahan sa mag-asawa, You have to go eh. You have to tell you're a president sa mga ganun eh. Kapitbahay, away, binubuli, mga ganun. Kaya nga, properties ko, may benta ko lahat yan. Naisan na ko lahat. Bull ring, may benta ko lahat yan. Para sagipin yung yung
Pamilya.
kailangan ng grupo. I had to do that. Maghigpit ng sinturon. So, yung mga anak namin na nasa private schools, yung iba hindi nag-aral. Yung iba, they transfer to a more cheaper school. And not only your family, your immediate family also, your mother and father, di ba? Ang daming ang daming naapektuhan dyan. Yung, lalo na in my case, yung clan namin. My mother is from, galing sa US yan eh. Every year, pupunta sa US yan. So, they came home right away. So, I had to be with Hudson. So, every day yung mother ko, parang school niya na yung she was a teacher. And then, parang school niya yung gulungan. Dinadalong magluto siya ng, to appease me, maybe, to make me happy kasi alam niya yung mga favorite na ko eh, na pagkain. Ilocano ako, so mga gulay-gulay ako eh. So, salitan sila ng miss ko magdala ng mga gulay na gusto-gusto. How many Christmases? How many summers we stayed inside? Ilan yung mga opportunities na nawala dyan? Tapos, nag-exonerate kami ngayon. Those are irreparable damages. Hindi mo na ma-reconstruct sa amin yun. Tapos na yun eh. Pag umutang ka ng oras, hindi mo na maibabalik yan. Kahit pa billion pang pera mo. Tapos na eh. Kinuhanan kita ng 5 minuto, hindi ko na maibabalik sa'yo kahit bigyan ka pa kita ng 5,000 o 5,000.
Sir, sa larangan po ng kapulisan, meron ba tayong notion na usually misunderstood ng public na gusto nating mapasa
Maituwid.